We're looking at practice clips from minicamp and OTAs, and today we're looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers and getting another look at Kaleb Johnson. We're getting prepared for training camp. We're going to talk about what we want to see out of him from training camp. We're going to look at his prior practice clips. We're going to talk about what we want to see out of him for his rookie season, what we're expecting, everything else. But before you dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now because we're looking at practice right now. Rookie camp, OTAs, and minicamp, but soon to be training camp. You want to see what your rookies look like on the field? It's going to be right here. Those quarterback battles, your new quarterbacks, those guys you're getting ready to draft in fantasy football. It's all right here. Click that button. Stop missing out on your players because training camp's going to be here, and it's going to be here soon. But we're looking at Kaleb Johnson here today. We've looked at these clips before, but we got to get prepared for training camp. Talk about that. 3 minutes, 20 seconds. We'll loop this, keep talking ball like we always do, but there he is. There he is. And Kaleb Johnson is another get for the Pittsburgh Steelers that just came to them at a discount. A player that's more talented than their draft cost because they got him in the third round, but he's more like an upper tier second round talent. A guy that can handle a full workload, touch after touch after touch, and be very reliable. We saw that at Iowa. The leading wide receiver in Iowa last year only had 46 targets. So when you look at that, you look at what he was doing on the field, who else did they have the key on, honestly? It was just Kaleb Johnson stacking the box, keying on him. Where he goes, that's where the whole defense was looking, and he still made it happen. He put college football on notice. The year prior, he had an injury. The year prior, his freshman season, he broke out. He broke out, one of the best pieces on the offense. Was understated in high school recruiting coming out, but made it happen with Iowa right out of the gate. This is a big running back with long arms, thick running back prospect that can handle a full workload. Tomlin mentioned that after the draft. They said they want to get him touch after touch after touch. This is going to be one of those Steeler running backs that you're going to be looking at that's going to have that name cachet. He's got Steeler written all over. He is a meat and potatoes, lunch pail carrying running back that's going to do all the dirty work. What you envision a running back for the Steelers to be. Kind of like James Conner a few years ago. Kind of like that. Just getting touch after touch. Catching balls out in the flat. Putting offense on his back. Questionable for his production long term is the quarterback position. Long term, it's very ambiguous who you're going to have out there for the long term. We know Aaron Rodgers isn't going to be out there more than a year, maybe a couple if you're lucky. If you're lucky, this is his rookie season, so we're expecting a rookie ramp up. We give all rookies a grace period here. Whether you do or not, that's you doing you. But we give rookies a good grace period to develop. And during this time, we expect Jaylen Warren to get some opportunities, some touches. But talent-wise, Kaleb Johnson usurps him bad. Usurps him. This is a different type of talent you're getting here at the running back position. This is a player that should have been drafted in the second round. And if you're going to question that, it's the deepest, most talented running back class of all time. 2 running backs going in first, which is rare these days. A bunch of running backs going in a second. Kaleb Johnson going in a third. He was being mock drafted in the second round with a lot of sites. So that's not like a thing that I just made up here. That is a thing that's been consensus. There's some people that had him as like the RB2. There's some randos with the RB1. But the thing is, there's also some people had him at like the RB6, RB7, RB8 in this year's class. And honestly, that is a testament how deep this year's running back class was. And with it being deep, that also tells you that it's talented. That also tells you that this running back class is so deep that you're catching running backs is probably going to hit for some of these teams that were drafted like 7th, 6th, 5th round status. Deep, talented running back class that you need to be paying attention to all the running backs. Kaleb Johnson, if he was in last year's class, 2024, he's better than Jonathan Brooks. Jonathan Brooks came out of the draft with one ACL pretty much. Got drafted in the second round. And then you're looking at Trey Benson, the next running back off the board, did not have a 1,000-yard season to his name. Now you're looking at Blake Corum, a good lunch pail grinder between the tackles, very solid running back prospect. Had a good final year there, but that was ramping up from an injury, a knee injury that happened the year prior. So when you're looking at him, we went to the Rams. Obviously, Kyron Williams got the work. Kaleb Johnson would have been the first running back drafted that year. He would have been the first running back drafted. That's what you're looking at. He's the first running back drafted in a lot of years, if not the second or third. And his draft status, although it was third round this year, would have jumped up a little bit because who else you going to draft in those years? Because it's not usually that deep. That's the thing about him. Tomlin mentioned, like I said earlier, that they want to use him and allow him to get a lot of touches. I'm not using this as a comparison, but when I hear that, and when I see his game of getting a lot of work, getting a lot of yards per carry, yards after contact at Iowa, I see him getting used in the same facet as James Conner. I see him getting a lot of work up the gut, and hopefully they can patch other positions up. Hopefully we upgrade offensive line. Hopefully we're good at the quarterback position long term, and we can allow him to cook and hit to his upside. There's a lot of upside with this running back. He's got good vision, a good approach to the line of scrimmage. He's got good feet. Nasty in the open field when he can make guys miss. You're seeing this in the practice clips. You're seeing that for sure. This is the Steelers' next bell cow running back. And whenever the Steelers draft the running back, day 2 or higher, everybody pays attention. Everybody gets put on notice. And the thing is, you look at Kaleb Johnson, and you look around the Steelers fans, they're not really paying much attention right now. They're not. Some are, the ones that are catching this channel, catching this video. But if you just go look at the hives on the internet, you go talk around some of the people in your hometown even, Kaleb Johnson is a running back prospect that if you got drafted on any team, you're excited about. You're excited about. This is a guy that could be a cornerstone of your offense. They've been working very hard on him with pass protection. That's what you're seeing with this. They're giving him rep after rep after rep. That's what's been noted by the beat reporters that's been at practice. Like, they're working hard on him in pass pro. Like, rep after rep. I've noticed someone said in the comments that there was one of these reps he didn't like. Like, he wasn't low enough or something. He's getting so many reps. So many reps. They do this drill a lot. The Steelers do. They do it with the quarterbacks. They do it with everybody. Make sure he's got good control of the football. There's Aaron Rodgers back there. Aaron Rodgers. Let's just talk about that while we're here. Well, I know we're just talking about rookies this week and next week. Aaron Rodgers. What I'm seeing from him in camp, from right now, it looks like he's hanging loose. Looks like he's having fun out there. And the thing is, the last few years, maybe last 4 or 5 years or so, it looked like he was hating life. Looks like he was just not a happy fellow. I think a lot of people can agree with that. Looks like someone put like oil in his coffee or something and tricked him that morning. Every time I see him talk on TV in an interview, Pat McAfee, Joe Rogan, whatever. Whenever he speaks, whenever I see him, it looks like someone put rubbing alcohol in his whiskey. That's what it looks like. He looks like he's having fun out there right now. That's the thing. It looks like he's chill, relaxed, reserved. Like, I can just tell, because I've watched the practice clips from the last few years. We've been doing this channel looking at practice clips, and little things will stand out to me. Rodgers looks like he's having some fun out there, like he's ready to rock and roll, like he's going to let it hang loose, and he's just going to let whatever happens, happens. I can't tell you if that's good or bad. But I can definitely tell you that's a change, and maybe that's a step forward in the right direction, especially at this time in his career. But that's something to note. That is something to note. That is something I'm seeing from looking at the practice clips. But going back to Kaleb Johnson, you guys got yourselves a dog. A dog. And you guys need to pay attention to him. This is a damn good prospect. And what I want to see out of him going into training camp is just him just gaining steam. Him looking like the guy. Him being the guy. Him getting anointed the starting job. That's what I want to see. What I'm expecting to see is Jaylen Warren getting his opportunity. Jaylen Warren's a good running back. Very good running back prospect. Levels of this game. Kaleb Johnson, talent-wise, is up there. I look for him to kill it in training camp when we get the pads on. I think that's going to be looking good. In season, his rookie season, I expect him to have a ramp up. Things start off slow. Somewhere down the line this year, you're going to see him getting more touches. That opportunity share just goes off. He's the back. And you know he's the back going into 2026. And you're hoping this team just gets better on offense, quarterback-wise, offensive line-wise, ancillary wide receiver-wise, everything. so he can cook a little bit more. But you're going to like him, Steelers fans. I guarantee you that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.